What is up, guys? Welcome back to Motorhead YouTube channel. So today we are working on my E30 M3, and as you can see, we got these to the bare metal, threw some fresh epoxy on them. Now I'm going to go ahead and start blocking these doors down, trying to find imperfections, low spots, and that way we can get them all straightened up, and then we'll throw the 2K primer on them. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to kind of show you guys how to do it, and that way if you guys are doing this at home, you can do it yourself. So we're going to start by using some guide coat. We're going to put guide coat over the entire thing and start blocking it, and you'll see it's going to show you where it's too low, high, or whatever, and then we'll fix all the imperfections, block it again, use the guide coat, block it again, and then prime it. Here we have my guide coat. This is 3M, and I really like the powdered stuff. It works really well, and what you'll do is you'll rub it in really good. And the good thing about this powdered stuff is it does not clog up as opposed to the spray on guide coat, and it works really well, as you'll see once we start sanding. Now that we have it fully covered, I'm gonna get the block and we're gonna start digging into this primer and seeing what we need to repair on this door. All right, guys, so I've been blocking it, and check this out. So now we have all of our low spots, which seriously aren't even that bad. And then right here we do have like a pretty big one, which I seen this, it was a ripple when I was painting or sanding the paint. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and sand all these spots with 80 grit, and then we're gonna go ahead and lightly sand it with, lightly apply the filler, which I'm just gonna be using putty because these aren't serious. And then we'll go ahead and sand that down, and it'll be ready for primer. All right, guys, so Victor is straightening out the hood, and we have filler on the doors. We're gonna wait and let this dry overnight, that way it can fully cure and shrink up. Then we'll block that tomorrow, and we'll hopefully have all of this ready for primer. But I'm gonna come in early and go ahead and start stripping this roof down to the metal. As you can see right here, we need to get it all down because this has a lot of paint on it. It's got a bunch of rust spots. As you can see right there, rust is bubbling. And then over here on this side, rust is showing through. So we need to get this down to the metal. Luckily, this seal came out, so I don't have to cut this glass. I really don't want to cut it because I don't want to risk breaking this glass. This is M3 specific because the regular E30, the glass was just glued in. And same with the rear, it has this little seal that goes here. So I'm really happy about that because we can get paint to wrap around this edge, and then the seal is going to cover it nicely. So super stoked that that turned out like that. And then also everything else probably will stay. I don't think I'm going to paint the jambs. I think I'm going to just leave them because they're actually really good condition. So I'll see you guys in the morning, and we'll start tearing into this roof. All right, guys, so it's the next day here, and it's time to start the daunting task of stripping this roof down. So I'm gonna get right into it and start tearing all this paint off. And a lot of people were asking why I didn't use paint stripper, and it's just simply because I don't want paint stripper to get up like all up into the jambs and stuff. If we were to use it here, it's just very messy, and you know, all the paint would be shriveled up and everywhere, and I'd rather just sand it off nice and smooth and not have to worry about any of that. And also, many times with paint stripper, it really doesn't get it all off and you have to sand it anyway. So I'd rather just go ahead and DA it and get it over with. So we're gonna start with this roof and start tearing it down. And luckily, as I said, we got this seal off, so I can go ahead and tear it down to this edge. So we're gonna start on the rear and work our way up towards the front. Okay guys, so half of the roof is done, and the reason I haven't done this yet is because of this right here. I don't even know if this moonroof is even going to be usable. As you can see, it's rusted pretty bad, and I was told that you really can't fix this. So we're gonna get into this and start right here, dig into that. Also, I'm not sure where it's right here. There is some rust bubbles on the roof, and that's why we're stripping the car down to bare metal, and we're gonna epoxy it. I don't want any imperfections, and I don't want something like that to ruin my paint job way down the road, because guys, we're using all high quality material on this thing. This is easily going to be a $10,000 paint job. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to dig into this, and we're going to see if this moonroof is even worth saving. If not, it's okay. I did see on SOS Customs new E30 video, they did a carbon fiber one and it looked really good. So maybe we'll do that. We don't know yet. We'll dig into this and see how bad it is. All right guys, so digging into it, it's honestly not even bad. So I think that's gonna be good. We're gonna just go ahead and start stripping everything, including this moonroof, and we'll get everything completely done, and then we'll move on to the bodywork on the doors and the hood. All right, so I just stripped the roof, and now I gotta strip this side, man. All the paint just transferred. No, I'm just kidding, but look how crazy this is, guys. There's so much paint coming off. I'm all red, but the roof is entirely stripped, and right here, someone painted it, and they left this molding on and taped it, so it was chipping all through there. I'm glad we got that down to the metal, because stuff like that is just what makes paint chip in the future. And like I said, we're going for a proper job here. I want everything to be perfect, and I don't want no issues in the future with any paint lifting up. We're gonna have to hand sand all of these corners right here and ensure that everything is nice and prepped. That way, once it comes down to actually priming it, the primer is gonna stick really well, and it's gonna be a perfect base for our paint, and then we'll throw down our paint. So I'm probably not going to do this tonight. Honestly, sanding this got me going a little crazy. I'm really happy that I got the entire roof done all the way down to the pillars. I think I'm gonna start blocking down this bodywork right here and trying to get these doors and this hood ready for primer. We got a lot of work ahead of us, and I'm trying to get this thing done as fast as possible, because honestly, I've wanted this car my whole life, and I'm not gonna stop, because I know if I stop, I'm gonna get burned out. So I'm gonna just keep going until the car is done, and then I'll be able to enjoy my dream car. And not only that, it's going to be a perfect job, as you guys can see by the way we are doing this. So I'm going to blow this off and get started. Okay guys, so I went ahead and stripped the sunroof. Now the entire car is stripped, and now is the tedious process of sanding all of these little nooks and crannies. We're not gonna do that today. We are going to focus on priming these parts. So Victor got them nice and straight, guys. They are looking super slick. As you can see, everything is nice and flat, and we're going to get them into the booth and prime them. So we need to tape them up, and also the hood needs to be taped up. And these will be getting 2K primer, and then that's it. They're ready for paint. And then we can just go full force onto this body and sand all of these edges and get everything ready for epoxy. That'll be in the next episode. Once this thing's epoxy primed, we'll go ahead and fix the body, make it straight like the parts. And then it's gonna be 2K and primed. So this thing is getting really close to paint. I'm really happy with this progress. So let's go ahead and get these in the booth, taped up and primed. All right guys, so half of the car is ready for paint pretty much, because the two front fenders are primed with this exact same primer, so it's gonna have the same color finish. That way when we sand it and paint it, everything's gonna be the same color. We won't have no color match issues. But guys, check it out. It turned out so beautiful. These doors are slick. Super happy with the results. Same with the hood. This thing is literally going to be perfect. We're gonna block this down once it dries, and we're going to see if there's any imperfections, and then we'll fix it and prime it again. I honestly don't think so. When he was laying it down, it looked really slick, so I'm super happy with it. These are going to probably sit for about a week. That way they can fully cure, because primer does shrink up. Although this is some high quality primer that I paid extra for, regardless, it's still going to shrink. So I want to just let it sit for a week. That way it'll just shrink up as much as it will. And once it's fully cured and we're not worried about nothing happening, there's a little piece of trash there, man. I probably shouldn't have rolled it through there, but got to see it through. It'll be all right. That'll sand out, just some prints. But anyways, as I was saying, once it is fully cured, block it out, see how it looks, and then paint, obviously. Super exciting, guys. I have really, really high quality clear coat, Sickens. We're gonna use Sickens paint So you'll know this thing is done right and it's going to turn out absolutely beautiful. Which also, we do have a little issue on the car, unfortunately, so we're going to have to look into that. And I want to get your guys' opinion, because maybe someone can help me, and we'll go look at that and see what's up with it. So my coworker Andre was helping me sand the car, and unfortunately he sanded in the jam, which I wanted to leave these jams original, because as you can see, they have the BMW VIN sticker and the tire pressure and all of this, and obviously I wanted to keep that in good condition, but now it's just not going to be possible. It's sanded through. I really don't want a tape line here, because there's just no way to get that right, especially that being so close to that. And I'm not going to go through all of this work stripping this entire car down to the metal just to have something ragged in there. So if anyone knows where I can get these stickers made, please let me know, guys. I really need that. And that way I'll just throw fresh paint through the entire jam, which will honestly be better in the long run if we can get the sticker. I called the dealership and they discontinued it in the 90s. So that's definitely not an option. And I think it'd be nice if I could get those stickers, because then everything will be super fresh inside, which is going to be awesome. Check this out, guys. We are almost ready. We just have to strip this down to the metal because we have some cracked paint. As you can see right there, this is on the face of the car. It's literally going to be exposed to sunlight. That needs epoxy and fresh paint. So the next thing that we need to do is going to be very tedious. It's going to be getting 80 and sanding all of this right here really nicely. As you can see, there's a lot of chip paint, because whoever sanded it and painted it the first time did not do a very good prep job. So we have a lot of imperfections all through here, which need to be tediously worked out, because like I said, we want this thing to last and we want it to be perfect. That way I can keep this car forever and never have any issues with it. But yeah, lots of progress, guys. I'm super happy with where the car is right now. Also, this morning I went and picked up a differential for it. This right here is a 315 gear ratio LSD from a Z3. So it's exactly what we need. It's going to bolt right up, and it's the right gear ratio for our S50 swap. Super awesome that we got that, because I'm pretty sure my drive shaft is going to bolt right up to that. So everything is just turning out smoothly. This car is moving along great, and we are so close to the finish line. We don't have much body work, just a couple little dents. Once we epoxy it, it's going to be awesome. And also, guys, I did get a tail pan ordered. It's going to be here extremely soon, so I'm super happy about that. That's the only thing I was bummed out about, that little damage right there. But we're going to get that patched up in no time, looking amazing. Do some metal work here. That way there's less filler, because there is some damage. And then that's going to be it. And this car is going to be ready for paint too. I'm going to leave the glass. I don't want to risk getting it cut out and busting it. It's just too expensive and too rare. We have plenty of room here for an edge, and then the seal goes on top of that. So I think that's going to be perfect, and we can leave that exactly how it is. Right now, we're just going to sand it with the 180, epoxy it, and then same with the front glass. We have plenty of room, and the seal actually comes up to like right there. So it's going to be perfect, because once the paint goes inside there, definitely going to have paint holding and no issues. Once it fully cures, we'll get the seal back in here, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. So super happy, guys. Stay tuned for the next video if you want to see more of this progress unfold. As you can see through the videos, we're releasing a lot of progress, and we're digressing really quickly. I have a car show coming up in 2 months, so I'm really trying to get it done. I don't know how possible that is, but I'm definitely going to try and get it done as soon as I possibly can. Alright, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys are enjoying all the content we're putting out. If you like it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Stick around if you want to see more content. I appreciate all the love and support on the videos and all of the help you guys have been giving anytime I ask questions. So thank you so much, guys. And if anyone knows about that VIN sticker, please let me know. You can also follow us on Instagram at motorhead.co. Post a lot of this stuff before the video drops. So if you want, you can give us a follow. I'll link it down below. Appreciate all the love and support, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.